Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes.
Right now, a kid somewhere is learning faster than ever, not because their school changed, but because a new kind of tutor just showed up on their screen. It doesn't sleep, it doesn't lose patience, and it can reteach the same lesson in endless ways. It's AI. Here's the scary part. This doesn't just change homework, it changes the entire shape of school. How we teach, how we test, and who gets left behind. So the real question isn't, will AI enter education? The real question is, will education still feel like school when it does? And before you decide AI teachers will replace humans, or this is just another tech fad, there's one twist you need to hear. Studies are already finding AI tutoring can produce measurable learning gains, and in some cases, it can be competitive with human help. But that's not the strangest part. Because the biggest transformation may not be AI teaching. It may be AI breaking the business model of school, the one-size-fits-all classroom that has barely changed for over a century. So let's run a simple mission. By the end of this video, you'll know 3 things. First, what AI can genuinely do better than traditional schooling. Second, what it can't safely do yet. Third, what the most likely forever change actually looks like, because it's probably not a robot standing at the front of the room. For decades, researchers have known something awkward. One-to-one tutoring can dramatically outperform conventional classroom instruction. Benjamin Bloom described this as the 2 sigma problem, the gap between average classroom results and the much higher performance many students can reach with tutoring. But humans are expensive. If every student needed a personal tutor, most school systems couldn't afford it. So education has always been a compromise. One teacher, many students. Limited time, meaning some kids surge ahead while others quietly fall behind. Now, here comes AI with a wild promise: personalization at scale, tutoring-like support for millions of learners at once. And the moment you can scale tutoring, you don't just improve grades, you reshape what school even means. AI tutoring isn't science fiction. Tools marketed as AI tutors and AI teaching assistants already exist, including products that guide students through problems instead of simply handing answers. Khan Academy's Khan Migo is positioned as a tutor and teaching assistant designed around coaching and learning, not just outputting solutions. Language learning apps have also pushed AI into the mainstream. Duolingo introduced features powered by advanced generative AI, like role-play conversations and explain-my-answer-style feedback. That matters because it normalizes the idea that software can interact like a tutor, not just grade like a machine. Now, the evidence question. Does AI help people learn? One peer-reviewed study found that AI-generated hints produced statistically significant learning gains compared to a no-help control. In that setup, the study did not find statistically significant differences in gains between AI hints and human tutor hints. And another paper reported students learned significantly more in less time using a custom AI tutor compared with in-class active learning, with students also reporting higher engagement and motivation. That's a big claim, and it's exactly why education is entering a new phase: measurable outcomes, not just hype. But here's the catch. AI helped is not the same as AI is a teacher, and that distinction is where the story flips. A great teacher can explain an idea in multiple ways. An AI can generate 100 explanations, tuned to your mistakes, your reading level, and your pace almost instantly. That speed changes how learning feels. You get feedback while the confusion is still fresh. AI also turns practice into a conversation. Instead of a worksheet that marks you wrong, you can ask, "Why is this wrong? Show me another method. Give me a simpler example." That back and forth is basically tutoring behavior at scale. And the biggest hidden advantage is time. Teachers spend huge effort on grading, planning, differentiating, writing feedback, building quizzes, and tracking progress. Many policy and guidance documents point to AI's potential to support educators with these tasks, freeing time for human-centered teaching. So, if AI gets good enough at the support work, a teacher can spend more time doing what only humans do well: motivating, mentoring, managing a room, building culture, and noticing the quiet kid who's not okay. Except one detail refuses to fit. Generative AI can produce errors. Sometimes it outputs something that sounds correct but isn't. That risk matters more than anywhere else because students may not have the knowledge to detect mistakes. This is why major frameworks emphasize risk management, transparency, and human oversight, not blind trust. The idea is simple. If an AI system is going to influence learning, it needs guardrails, monitoring, and clear accountability. UNESCO's guidance pushes a human-centered approach to generative AI in education, highlighting governance, safeguards, and the need to build capacity so AI supports learning instead of undermining it. So yes, AI can help, but an AI teacher that confidently teaches the wrong thing is worse than no teacher at all. And that's where the debate gets intense. If we're honest, AI teachers versus human schools is the wrong matchup. The real matchup is AI plus great teachers versus an overloaded system where teachers are asked to do everything for everyone. Humans are still better at reading social context. Is a student confused, anxious, bored, embarrassed, or dealing with something at home? AI can simulate empathy in words, but it doesn't live in the student's world, and that limits what it should be trusted to decide. Humans also teach values indirectly: collaboration, patience, responsibility, fairness, and how to disagree respectfully. School isn't only content delivery, it's a social system. So here's the likely outcome. AI doesn't replace schools the way calculators didn't replace math class. Instead, AI changes what doing school looks like day to day, and that change will feel permanent. Imagine a school where every student has an always available tutor for practice and explanations, while teachers focus on projects, discussion, writing, labs, and real feedback. In that model, lecture first shrinks and coach first grows. Assessment changes too. If AI can help students generate essays, solve problems, and draft code, then old-style homework becomes less meaningful as proof of understanding. Schools will shift toward more in-class performance, oral explanation, portfolios, and staged drafts, where process matters as much as the final answer. And personalization becomes normal. Instead of the whole class moving at one speed, the baseline could be you're working at your level with support, and the teacher checks your understanding in deeper ways. That's the tutoring dream, but scaled. But there's a danger hiding inside the dream. If wealthy schools get safe, well-governed AI, and underfunded schools get cheap, unregulated AI, inequality could widen. That's why equity is a central warning in major guidance on AI in education. Education runs on sensitive data: student identities, grades, behavior records, disability accommodations, even counseling notes. That means AI systems in schools can't just be smart. They need clear rules: what data is collected, how long it's stored, who can access it, and what happens if something leaks. Policy guidance and risk frameworks emphasize governance, documentation, and accountability. In other words, the future classroom won't just be a technology story, it'll be a trust story. Regulation is also accelerating. In the European Union, the AI Act entered into force on 1 August 2024 with a staged timeline. Some provisions began applying in 2025, and broader applicability on 2 August 2026, with some high-risk transitions extending further. Those dates matter because they influence how AI can be deployed in education and what safeguards must be in place. Watch school system rules. UNESCO's guidance and ethics recommendations are shaping how governments and institutions think about safety, equity, and oversight. Expect more national policies that borrow these ideas. Watch evidence. The next wave of research is about long-term outcomes, different age groups, and real-world deployment. Not can AI answer, but does it reliably improve learning without increasing harm? Because that research line will decide whether AI tutoring becomes normal everywhere or only in pockets. AI teachers are not coming as a single robot replacing a human at the front of the room. They're coming as a system: tutoring, feedback, practice, planning, translation, and accessibility, woven into learning like electricity is woven into modern life. And that means the real choice isn't AI or no AI. The real choice is whether we build education where AI makes learning more personal and more fair, or where it quietly amplifies inequality, privacy risk, and misinformation at scale. So when you hear AI teachers versus human schools, translate it like this. Will we upgrade school into a human-led, AI-supported system, or let the system break into winners and losers? Because that is the forever change. And it has already started.